I ran across the story of African American nurses serving in World War II in the Army. That led me to the story of Brigadier General Hazel Johnson Brown, who was the first African American general, and she was the first chief of the Army Nurse Corps. And I just was intrigued by her story. I decided to add the hands that I cut out of the different fabrics because nurses use their hands to comfort and heal. Once I had the hands done and printed out the other pieces, particularly with her photo as the centerpiece, the whole thing just fell into place very quickly then. But I also put words like hero and patriot and soldier because they were that too, they are. I don't think we appreciate the value of nurses, particularly taking care of veterans, particularly when they're in the combat zones. African American history has stories of quiet heroism and patriotism. This is one of several stories that are in this exhibit that are about that. If a week goes by and I haven't been in my quilting studio, I actually start to have weird dreams because the ideas are there. They just want to come out. Why aren't you touching fabric? How do I feel? I feel really happy. You know, when I walked in this morning and saw my quilt hanging on the wall, I just felt such joy and pride and just the honor that, you know, the universe has given me to get these stories out. So I'm hoping that my quilt and others like it will encourage families to pull that history out and tell it to the younger generations. Art is essentially a hopeful act. It may be about difficult things. There's some quilts here about lynching, about Trayvon Martin, and other horrific events. However, in the end, making art is a way of saying to the world, I have faith, I have a voice, I want to express myself, I want to be heard, and a belief that you will be heard. And I guess the takeaway for me is to really be bold and courageous. The takeaway is that every human being is a creative person. Honor your voice, find your voice, play, have fun. Don't listen to the critic in your head, you know, just let that little voice go away, go somewhere, do something, express yourself.